One of the biggest frustrations in having a potentially fantastic team and great company that has huge amounts of impact is ensuring that we get the reception admin team on board, controlling the diary, and ultimately giving ourselves the best avenue to have the most amount of influence on as many lives as possible. There's one or two key little tips that we're going to go through right now to ensure your admin team is on top of controlling the diary, client bookings, and getting everything moving forward from the very start of that interaction with a new client. Firstly, we have to make a point of making sure that we emphasize the importance of our admin team and operations, the reception team, in how the actual flow goes in a health and medical business. And I actually think many times there's a lot of practitioners that don't give enough credit and respect and general kudos to our admin team, that ultimately we wouldn't exist as practitioners if we didn't have a rock star admin team. We need to make sure that we have our admin team across the diary, working with the right people, saying and doing what needs to be, following systems, keeping flow happening, answering questions. They really are the main gel that keeps everything going. And the key to a successful health and medical business is having an admin team that's very much in tune with what they need to do, and just has this seamless flow. From the very first time that someone walks into the reception area, for instance, they need to be on the money, creating the scene, setting the scene, getting the right feel, creating that relationship with every single new client or existing client. And as a net result, it's super important that your admin team are on top of these things. But it's even more important that they are able to control the diary and the client bookings that happen inside your business. And so one of the challenges, and the reason this actually came up, was we've just brought on a new receptionist, and it's literally her second day. She only had a few hours of training yesterday. She got more training today, and I literally just happened to walk out and fill up my drink bottle that I've got here only half an hour ago, and heard a new client ring through on the phone. And there's obviously a little bit of training that we need to be, quite a lot of training in our complete onboarding process and things like that. It is only her second day, but it actually was a perfect time for me to be able to hear how that conversation went. And it didn't go as well as what she would have hoped, or how we like to have it happen. So it actually becomes a really good learning experience. Certainly wasn't a mistake or anything that we're critical of, because it's part of the training process. But it was the perfect time for us to be able to have that conversation and make sure she was very, very aware of how we need to be able to take control of the diary and manage every type of client that actually rings in, walks in, comes in, everything in that type of respect. So we just need to stop and realize, first of all, that every time the phone rings, or every time someone is trying to book in for the first time, we ultimately are going to be asked questions. So people are going to ring up. They're going to want to know when they can next see someone, when they can book in to see a particular person, or they want to tell us they've been referred to us and I need to make an appointment. When can I see this person? Or they might ask what type of service. I've been told I've got to come and see a physio and get dry needling. Do you guys do dry needling? They might want to ring up and ask about the cost. I need to get some exercise physiology. What's the price for blah, blah, blah. So what they are always doing is they're coming to us with questions. But what we actually know is that the person who controls the conversation is actually the person who's asking the question. And so fundamentally, it's our business, but we're actually put on the back foot every time a new client rings up, because they're asking about services or price or people or when they can book in, which puts them firmly in the driver's seat. So the first thing we have to do is make sure that our admin and reception team are very acutely aware about how easily they need to be able to take control of that conversation. And so I set up a script probably a decade ago, and I've taught it to hundreds and hundreds of health and business professionals. It's a very simple 17-word script. And this is the first step that is super crucial, because regardless of what the person wants to ask, we need to be able to basically answer their question with our question, which is a better question and enables us to take control of that conversation. So that's 17 words. Grab a pen, write it down, and let's actually implement this straight away. So the 17 words that we need to put into place each and every time is the following. So that I can help you best. All right? So that I can help you best. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? So that I can help you best, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Now, if you want an 18-word version, put the word please on the end. So that I can help you best, do you mind if I ask you a few questions, please? Naturally, people say yes, sure, righto, of course. Whatever it is they say, they've now literally accepted and given you permission to take control of that conversation. And so now what happens is your reception admin team can now take control of that conversation and start asking the questions that you need to know to best answer what their solutions are going to be. So if they're ringing up saying, oh, I've been told I need to, what's an example we used before? Dry needling. So if they ring up and say, oh, I've been told that I need to get some dry needling done. Do you guys do dry needling? We simply answer it, so that I can help you out best, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? They say, sure. You go, so yeah, we do. We do dry needling, but it depends on, some practitioners do, some practitioners don't. And you can start to go through the process of what's needing to actually occur. Because you can't just answer the thing over the phone and say, yeah, sure, we do. Absolutely, we do. And now all of a sudden they're booking in and it may not be the best thing for them. So let's take control of that conversation first of all. And if they want to ask about price, we could easily turn around and say, look, there's a lot of different services, there's different team members, there's different... Look, so that I can help you out best, do you mind if I ask you a few questions first? Again, yep, sure, no worries, etc. And now your reception or admin team has control of that conversation. So now we're going to take them through our systemized script, and we have a little 9-box sales script audit process that is super easy to learn. And as a net result, they can simply go through, ask the questions, and be in control of that conversation. And we can find out exactly what they're wanting, who they might need to be seeing, what they need to be seen for, where the referral's coming from. So we start to get a better understanding about our referral channels, our marketing strategies, and we can then easily best place them with the practitioner or give them the right information about what their, what service is best needed for them. We can advise them of costs of service, etc. I don't hold back on anything. I make sure that they know everything that they need. So we're not trying to hide anything. We're just trying to take control of that conversation, because ultimately it's my business and my team, right? It's your business and your team. You want to make sure that you're controlling the flow. And in many respects, if you do it this way as well, you will actually always weed out any absolute tire kickers, the D-class clients that you don't want in and around your business. Because if someone, and it's never happened to me, it has happened to 2 or maybe 3 clients in the last decade, where someone has actually been asked, so that I can help you best, do you mind if I ask you a few questions, please? And only 2 or 3 times ever has someone turned around and gone, no, just tell me the price. And it's always been around price, actually, funnily enough. And so you sit there and you go, they're not the type of people that you want in and around your business right now. If they aren't even considerate enough to enable you to ask a few questions to best be able to help and guide them, and all they care about is just the price, then they are literally just doing some price shopping. They're ringing around 4 or 5 places, and they're just going to choose the person who's the cheapest. So it's not about value for them. It's not about the benefit. It's not about getting the solution or the right fit. They're just going on price. That's your D-class client, and you don't want to be working with those type of clients. So here's what we need to do. We need to make sure we take control of that conversation as soon as possible. Use that 17-word script or the 18-word version if you want to put in the word please. Let's take control of that system first and foremost. because then each and every time your reception admin team are able to control patient bookings. They can then be trained and know who to book in for what condition, when the best place for that person to be seen is actually going to occur. You can make sure that they maintain the right utilizations on people's diaries. There can be extended consults. Maybe they need to be in one of a different clinic. Maybe they need to be at the hydro pool or whatever it happens to be. Anything that needs to occur from that point on is being controlled by your reception and admin team because they took control of the patient situation at that point in time. So let's make sure that we get our reception admin team trained in the right way so that they know the 17 or 18 word script. I've always said it's 17, but if you want to make it 18, do so. Let's take control, answer that question, any of their questions or any of their direction by that question, get permission, and then ask the questions that you need to. And if you want to follow our sales script audit, 9 boxes, we can take you through it. Hit me up, let me know, happy to help out and give it to you. And then that way you can take control of all the conversations, get the better advice, and place that client in the right workflow of how you need to be able to best serve them. You can start the relationship very nicely with them. You get better rapport and relationship much quicker, better engagement, and as a net result, you're taking control, you're controlling the client bookings and the flow. It makes it easier for the client, makes it easier for the practitioner and the business as a whole. It's as simple as that. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.